Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to be doing a love only read for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, I am going to be separating this into two different love reads. The first one is going to have to do with those of you in a committed relationship or complicated relationship, but where the person is very much in your energy field. And then I'm going to do a second spread for those of you who are just single as a kringle wanting to mingle, right? Where nobody is in your energy field, and I'm going to timestamp below. So you can just, if you're totally single, check in the description box and you could fast forward the video to that point, okay? All right, so now let's get into this general messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and I'm going to add in 5th house energy. So for those of you who know your natal placements, check what sign is on your 5th house, because that has to do with romance, how we do connection and relationship, intimacy, all that. So it's good to check that as well. All right, so let's pull some Lenormand for crowning energies, and this is going to be for all Tauruses for both of the readings. Okay, let's get right into this. Messages, Taurus. Remember, guys, these are general messages. If they don't fit, please don't try to make them fit. Honestly, it just might not be your message this time, and that's okay. Can't get you every time. And the energies can be vice versa, okay? Beautiful. Stork. Listen to me. Stork's coming in. All right, this is beautiful. So for some of you, this can literally mean a birth, okay? A new child. Either you're finding out that you're pregnant or the birthing of a new child. This is something being birthed within this relationship, though, absolutely. And this is creating some sort of, there's information that you need to know about this process. There's something new that's happening. There's a new cycle that's evolving from from this Stork energy. It's this this new birth, this new beginning, this new cycle, and it's you finding out something about it that you didn't know before. This is good, though. Don't be afraid of it. This is benefic energy. This is kind of like the revealing of a mystery kind of thing. So you're going to be realizing and learning something about your partner or about an opportunity that's going to be positively impacting your relationship in some way. And it's going to be creating this new layered, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the cards around the ring light, so because I know how annoying that is. But this is all about roots, right? You see the tree with the roots, and you see how the rainbow goes through it. This is kind of like an as above, so below kind of energy, which is what I really love, that idea where it's what you're doing out in the 3D is going to impact what's going on deep inside of you. Vice versa, what's happening deep inside of you is going to affect how you project the real version of yourself out into the world, right? So I feel like this is you getting really, with your partner, really kind of deeply connected at a very soul level and getting on the same page with what it is that you want as far as a strong foundation for this relationship. These are three very, very benefic energies, absolutely. But there's a new cycle. There's a new cycle, and there's going to be something's going to be coming to light, some sort of information, some sort of knowledge. It could even just be that you guys are going to be learning a lot in this next cycle together. So maybe you're going to be moving. Maybe one of you is starting a new job. That's going to end up impacting the relationship. Some sort of project that's going on. There's something that's going to be happening that's going to impact the relationship, but that's going to lead to this revealing of information that's really good. And it's going to help create a firmer foundation and stronger roots within your connection. So very, very beautiful. So for some of you, this information, because there's a carrying vibe also, right, to those birds. So for some of you in a complicated relationship, if you happen to be like either in a no contact stage or in a place where you guys are living together, but you're just not communicating well, you know, this is somebody stepping up and opening up with a conversation so that a new cycle can be put into motion here. So really nice. So let's pull a Celtic cross spread. Now guys, I'm using the vice versa tarot. So these are already, I'll just show you, like if those of you who aren't familiar with these, they're double-sided already. So the one side is considered the reversal and the other side is not. So I don't read these in reverse. I just don't. So if it comes out upside down, I flip it right side up and I read it as that. Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, the situation right now, we have the Seven of Cups energy, okay? And this is in the reverse. So this is the reverse. See, so this would be the front, right? And this would be considered the reverse. Those of you who've never seen these before, they're really cool cards. I'm trying to get out of this light here. So this is a Saturn and Taurus energy, okay? And when I'm sorry, I forgive myself. Pentacle, Venus and Scorpio. I get my cards mixed up sometimes. So Venus and Scorpio, and this is about you guys getting really trying really, really hard to get in touch with what's going on in this connection, but you just feeling like you don't have all the information or the answers. So even if you're married a long time, there could be a situation that you guys are dealing with where you feel like your partner might not be telling you everything, and you end up filling in the information that's not there, you making some sort of assumptions that may not be correct. But it's this idea of, because you know what's in Five of the Cups, but you don't know what's in Two, right? And this has to do with something that really matters to you, because it's Venus, but it's also in Scorpio, right? So Scorpio is about, ruled by Pluto, so it's about transformation, and it's a very deep energy, and it's about, just not knowing what's going on, but feeling the change in your belly. You feel the cycle upon you changing. You feel the changes happening, Taurus, but you're just not totally clear on everything. You're just not. And and in the reversal on this side, it's this face is trying to tell you to have faith, but you're like, but I don't know what the hell to do. What's going on? And she's sort of smiling upon you and just saying, like, you have to have faith and just hang in there. And it's not easy, right? It's not easy to do that. But then we have the King of Swords crossing you, right? So the King of Swords, this is Capricorn and Aquarius, and Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. This is about doing the hard work, right? And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, about doing things differently. So now when we apply those energies to the King of Swords, which is all about truth, this is about working really hard and understanding that the communication needs to be done differently in this relationship. It just really does. And that's crossing that foundation. Because if the communication was happening in a better way, then the Seven of Cups would not be reversed. It wouldn't even be here, actually, because even in the upright, there is still a sense of confusion, of not knowing everything. You're just not having all the information. So there's a sense of resolve here, Taurus, where I feel like there's this understanding where communication is an issue and it needs to be worked on. It really needs to be worked on. So now we have the Six of Swords energy. So this is the side that came up. This is the other side, right? Coming out of something. And then this is equivalent to the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is telling me that many of you are in a space of being like checked out of a situation. And I'm not even saying necessarily of the relationship, but it's like giving yourself a mental vacation from the toxicity and just, even if only mentally and even if only for a minute, pulling yourself out of a situation to just focus on other things and not hyper-focusing on the toxicity or the negative elements within the relationship. Really kind of moving out of it, and because you don't like how the communication is going. You're just not liking it. You're not liking it. Communication is definitely the thing to be discussed here. Okay, open communication. But then we have the Three of Pentacles energy as the foundation. I love it. I love this energy. This is a Jupiter, a Mars and Capricorn energy rather. And Mars is also all about, let's pop in and do things, very proactively, and Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. It's like, let's seriously start planning. What are we doing here? What is this next cycle going to look like? It's the card of the architect, right? So it's about having this great intention of building something together and planning. There's a planning element here, but it's a together planning. Really nice. Now, in the recent past, or maybe not so recent past, it's whatever's in your energy field, we have the Eight of Swords. So when I say past, that's very subjective, right? It could be last week, it could be last year if it's still in your energy field. But the Eight of Swords is the card of self-imprisonment, It really is. But it's recognizing, like, you see how she has the sun beating down on her face, right? And she really, this is all very like loose. She could just get up and walk away. It's you starting at this point. You were in a space of self-imprisonment, but you were really trying to push your way into a greater sense of clarity. You know, you were feeling just unsure. So this could definitely be, Taurus, feelings of insecurity and vulnerability within the relationship, where you feel this sense of self-entrapment in your mind, and you're worried about these things. You're worried what somebody else thinks. You're worried about how something went. But this was in your past, okay? That was in your past. Okay. Now in the foundation here, again, we have the Three of Pentacles. I discussed that already. Now let's go to what you're doing now. So here we have the Eight of Cups, and this would be considered this would be considered upright. So this is about you walking away from something that you know is not good for you. All right. This is really being in a space of trying your very best to walk away. But this is the thing. This is walking away from a situation within this connection that you are highly uncomfortable with, that you knew wasn't good for you, that you felt very disappointed, very disillusioned about. This is with a very heavy heart. I mean, look at the heaviness. You could just see in the posturing here, you know? And it's like, you see how we have half sun, half moon, because it's about this idea of this recognizing that I need to leave this if I'm going to better myself. I need to leave this situation if I'm to, be on the path that I'm supposed to be on, right? And that's where the illumination of the sun comes in. But this is the result of feeling something because of some sort of argument, some sort of presentation of facts, something that you believe to be true. And I feel like a lot of you are feeling this right now. There's some sort of false belief system that you're holding on to. And because of that, there's a pushing away. There's some sort of pushing away. Yeah. And then we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, this is a Taurus and Gemini energy, and Taurus is about Venus, and Gemini is about communication. So I'm getting that because the communication is such an issue here, external to you. It's like, I feel like, Taurus, you're not really the one having the issue with communication so much. Or it can definitely be both of you, but it's definitely not only you, okay? And it's you recognizing that your partner is not communicating with you in the way that's healthy and that's going to be able to push something forward. As then in your fear position, we have the Knight of Wands as your fear. So you're afraid of something not being pushed forward. You're afraid of there not being the motivation to do something in the way that you know it needs to be done in the relationship. But then in the outcome energy, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to pull some cards on this, but this is a Sagittarius and Capricorn. And this is beautiful. I love this energy. This is so awesome. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. It's about committing to do the hard work to move something forward, right? To move something forward in a way where there's going to be really solid and healthy emotional, mental, and physical connection and support of one another. This is entirely positive, okay? So this is the outcome. And I feel like, all right, for some reason, I'm just noticing this now. We do have the Devil energy, okay? And it's in the upright here, right? This would be the reverse, which would actually be a little more positive. But in the upright, there's some sort of imbalanced behavior at play here, Taurus. Now, this could be you. It could be your partner. It could be a little bit of both of you. And when I say imbalance, you know, the Devil energy, for those of you who've been watching tarot, know that it has to do with... a lot of people just go straight to addiction, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex in the 3D, addiction to porn, addiction to money, gambling, food, anything that could end up being damaging in the long run. Or it could also be an imbalance of thinking, where there's an excessive fear of intimacy, there's an excessive fear of vulnerability, excessive insecurities where it's becoming a problem. But I want you to keep in mind that, first of all, I feel like the Devil does get a bad rap, and Capricorns always take issue with the fact that they're connected to the Devil energy, because everybody goes, oh, the Devil is so bad. The Devil is part of each and every one of us. It's part of our conditioning, and it's when we're acting out of alignment. Because if you think about it, having a drink, nothing wrong with that. Even having two, nothing wrong with that. Having 2 bottles in one sitting, the lack of balance there is the problem. And that goes across the board. We all fall victim to being like a little depressed from time to time, having some anxiety from time to time. But if it's where you like set up house, then that level of imbalance is going to be an issue. Now, because it's a Capricorn energy, remember Saturn rules Capricorn. So this is about really needing to put in the hard work and facing that demon inside and recognizing that that has to be done. And this is going to be getting called to the carpet here in this connection. Taurus, it's going to be getting called to the carpet. It really is, because that's your near future. Your outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, which is great. But the devil, and I feel like the devil energy is the reason that the communication was not happening here. So somebody's not acting in the best way, and this needs to be addressed so that you can enjoy the beauty of this crowning energy. You don't want to block the crowning energy from coming in, because you got 3 very benefic cards. Now, I'm going to venture to say that the piece of information that's being learned about here in the book, something that's coming to light, is this devil energy. And then as soon as this devil energy gets addressed, as soon as whatever this imbalance is, and whoever is struggling with this gets the help that they need, then you can end up having this beautiful tree, this strong root, this strong foundation energy. And that it's going to allow for this new cycle to happen, because that's getting called to the carpet for sure. It is. It's getting called to the carpet. So either it's you, Taurus, or it's somebody that you're dealing with. And again, it could be, whatever excessiveness can be getting in the way of your relationship being healthy. Are you working too much and you're never home? Are you drinking too much? Are you with your friends too much? Are you struggling with anxiety to the point, and nothing wrong with having anxiety. I mean, it's terrible if it happens, depression, but it's part of life. The problem is if you're really in the throes of it and you refuse to get any help whatsoever, that could end up creating an issue within a connection, right? Let's pull 3 heart oracles, and then we'll pull some Island Time Wellness, and then we'll go on to our singles, okay? So let's pull 3, and then we'll pull some Island Time Wellness. Okay, Taurus, I have to tell you, secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. This is a general message. Don't try to make the messages fit, but I'm thinking back to that devil energy in the future. That would definitely fall. Taking up as secret admirer is definitely not something that we want to do, because then that's going to kind of flip this on its head, because if that information coming in is going to be about one of you being with somebody else, then that next cycle could be cycling out of this relationship. Okay, I do have to say that at this late point in the reading, because yep. And I feel whoever is having this happen feels very validated in doing what they're doing. All right, let's see what comes out. I don't read these in reverse. Secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And then we have clock is the clarifying energy for that. Need time, take time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. Then we have passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you, are present, enjoy it. We have sunglasses to clarify. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting. Very much devil energy. Perception, focusing out. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception. Learn from the past. Make memories. Okay. So Taurus, I have to tell you, I'm feeling like there was a third person energy in this connection at some point. Whether it was just in your mind, in your partner's mind, it doesn't even matter. Somebody was thinking about somebody else, and that was creating an issue within the relationship. And I really feel like there was, for a bit, this idea that, and I'm going to tell you something, I kind of feel like we're in that space right now. I feel like we're in that space right now. But you're going to be faced with a choice. Either you're going to leave that thing in the past. This is a general message. So I have to get, either you're going to leave this new thing in the past and focus on your relationship and moving forward, where you have a lot of blessings set up for you. Or you're going to follow down that devil energy, and you're going to end up giving into it. And that's not going to be a good thing for you. So yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of like even speechless right now. I mean, just the way the cards rolled. Because I do feel like for a lot of you, there is absolutely a new cycle, but there's this information coming in, and the information that's creating this new cycle is going to bring you into a space of having, firmer roots. So either, if whoever's entertaining another person, if they leave, then that's like a rejection is protection kind of thing. And you move on and you start over from there, and you end up in a much better space. Or this can just be this idea of this other person just being a, what do I want to say? Like a symptom of the larger issue. That is that devil energy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you drink too much and you're doing irresponsible things, where you end up entertaining somebody else, sort of as like a symptom of that, right? It's part of that self-loathing behavior anyway, right? I mean, that's ultimately what that is, trying to make yourself feel better, right? So that energy can definitely be at play for some of you. I'm sorry that this wasn't, well, you know what? You guys are the first sign I feel called to pull yes/no energy. I know this is a general message, tarot. I know this is, but I want to pull yes/no energy. I'm not honoring reversals. Is this energy here that we're talking about, is this going to work out? Yes or no? No. Nope. No. Can't leave it there. Yeah. Yeah. Things are going to be coming to light. This is the end of a cycle. There's a lot of, So you know what? Information is going to be coming in that's going to end up prompting a new cycle. And that cycle where you're going to end up is going to be so much better. Now, Taurus, this could be you, or this could be somebody that you're dealing with. Equally so. It can be. No shade on you. At all. And this may not be your reading. This is not my reading, and I'm a Taurus moon. Okay, so, but this is definitely somebody's reading. The messages are way too clear. This is something not being what you thought it was. Absolutely. But you ending up in a better space because of it. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. That's what I have for Taurus, committed and complicated. Now let's go to singles. Okay, Taurus singles. Let's see what we have for you guys. That was a very complicated, well, not very complicated. It was a twist in the narrative at the 11th hour of the reading. I felt like. Okay, I can't shuffle these today. Okay, so for those of you just tuning in to the couples part, I did pull 3 Lenormand cards for the crowning, and I'm using the vice versa tarot, and I don't read these in reversals because they're already reversed. I'll just show you one. Like this is the devil card, that's one side, and that's the other side, right? So I don't honor the if it comes out right upside down, I turn it right side up. So as far as these 3 crowning energies, these are 3 really benefic energies. Ultimately, this is about a new cycle starting because some new information is coming in. And it's going to end up resulting in a beautiful, a life that has very strong, firm, grounded roots. This is very much an as above, so below kind of card, like if you see with the rainbow, so beautiful. It's just really going through the energy of the tree, and it's just really strengthening it. So, and this is all about just some sort of information coming to light, and this is all about new cycles. So for some of you, this is about having kids, you know, having a baby or adopting or something like that. But the energy that we're going to be pulling is specifically for those of you who are interested in finding out if you're going to be meeting somebody, okay? So let's see what kind of things you're going to be dealing with as you move forward. Right, and when I say dealing with moving forward, I mean some of you guys might be still nursing some old wounds from past relationships that you were in. Let's do that. Yeah. I mean, your past is a Two of Cups energy where you did have faith in a relationship in the past. Okay. All right, just see. Okay, all right. So yeah, so you're coming from a place in the past where there was this agreement with somebody to share and have this great relationship, but right now you're in the Six of Swords in the reverse. So this is about feeling that Six of Wands in the reverse, and this is about feeling disrespected and like there's a lack of victory, you know. This is a Mercury and Aquarius energy. So this is about communication to do something different, to do something that's beneficial is not coming in, right? So it's, and this could also be your unwillingness to do something different because of what's happened in the past. So I get a very guarded feel. You're in the Hangman energy. So yeah, very guarded. I mean, the Hangman is about just being very, very in a space of waiting. You know, is the best way to look at the Hangman. And the Hangman is a Neptunian energy. So Neptune, Neptune rules Pisces. So, you know, that 12th house of thinking very deep and really getting very deeply in touch with what it is that you want and need, right? You're trying really hard to do that, but you're just not able to see clearly now. And that's just because of what's going on in the sky, guys. You know, we have Mercury in Pisces, and we have Mercury in shadow, then going retrograde this month. So there's a lack of clarity and even figuring out what it is that you actually want, but you do know that you want a new start. You have this Ace of Swords energy. This is really beautiful. It's a brand new start, and having to do with communication and having to do with the truth, right? And then beautiful, we have the Queen of Pentacles as the foundation. I love this energy so much because this is the Sagittarius and Capricorn card, and I like it so much because it's such a realistic energy. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, which is about doing all the hard work. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is about luck and expansion, right? So it's the card of, if you work really hard and you do everything right, you're just going to have the most beautiful blessings brought to you. And this is about having everything on point, with having to do with finances, having to do with mental, emotional, and physical connection. And that's what's grounding you guys. So I really like that. Now, representing you right now, we have Strength reverse. Okay, so in the reverse, this tells me that there's a lot of fear present here. And the fear can rear its head in a couple of ways. It could just be feeling very vulnerable on one end of the spectrum, but fear is also present on the other end of the spectrum, which usually shows itself as being very full of ego, right? Where you're kind of in this space where it's like, well, I'm not going to be with anybody unless they, treat me like a queen and give me whatever I want. I'm exaggerating here just for the point of the card, but, being very entrenched in your ego to the point where you end up closing things off. That's just another version of fear. All right, whatever. I mean, if you're doing that for a minute, forgive yourself. It's part of the human condition, right? But there's definitely this fear, this vulnerability. Absolutely. Now, external to you, not you, but external to you, we have the Knight of Wands coming in. And this is awesome. This is a very sexy energy, a very fiery energy, a very passionate energy. This is Scorpio and Sagittarius. I mean, you know, Scorpio ruled by Pluto is about transformation, and it's also like about sex, right? So there's something very passionate and sexy coming in here that is very motivated to move forward with you. Sagittarius is all about forward movement, ruled by Jupiter. This is like a really awesome, fun energy. And you're just like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. I'm a little scared, you know? But I feel like you're scared here because of where you were from, where you came from, right? Because this didn't work out. You're afraid of, you're like, oh my God, I healed so, I took so long for me to heal and try to get over that other situation. I don't really believe anybody, you know, I'm afraid, because this is your fear, I'm afraid we won't be able to build, we won't be able to, you know, establish a strong foundation, being really, really scared. And you're really getting all up in your gigs about it here with the Eight of Swords. Honestly, this is the outcome, and this is you getting in your own way. This is you getting in your own way. Yeah, but this passion is so not, I mean, no. I mean, it's happening, right? We have more fire energy coming in. There's more fire energy coming in. So you're definitely meeting somebody new. You're definitely meeting somebody new. This is a beautiful, passionate, beautiful energy. I feel like this person is going to be patient with you to work through these fears that you have. I'm getting that this is a really, really solid person. They're very passionate, man. There's a lot of chemistry here. And but it's to the point where it's going to scare you a little bit. A lot of it. But this is the foundation. This is a good thing that you can trust. You can trust. But I get you very up in your mind regarding relationships right now. Can't say I blame you. If you have the Two of Cups in your past, that's such a mega disappointment when that doesn't work out, right? For sure. It absolutely is, you know? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this doesn't flip on its head like like committed and complicated dead. I don't know. Actually, I really liked your reading. You're scared, but somebody's going to be entering your life that seriously cares about you, and they're really wanting to help you through it. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Guys, wasn't that what I was just saying with the Hangman energy? That's exactly what I was saying. Then we have transformation. Your relationship with one another will deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And then we have look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. This is what I was just saying from the cards. Not that I was saying it. I'm only the telephone. But this is what the cards were just telling me in the Celtic Cross. Yeah. So let's get a couple of clarifiers from the Island Time Wellness. Paradise, karmic relationship, the Runner. Okay, so as a clarifier for the emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. You have to let go of resentment. Once you do that, we have Paradise, happy expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. Beautiful. Then we have the card of transformation. So under that, as a clarifier, we have karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentments, lessons, letting go, and loving you. So this is you allowing transformation out of something unhealthy into something healthy. And then we have look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. And then we have Runner in a codependent relationship. So Taurus, this is really you trying to get in touch with what is it about your fear of intimacy that's alive and well still, where you might be listening to your ego that might be leading you astray. And you may have historically in your life been that runner in a codependent relationship or allowed yourself to deal with that, right? But this is about looking inside yourself and examining, why those things went on. This is very healthy. This is beautiful. This is really healthy. It's really healthy. I like this for you. Yeah. All right, Taurus, best of luck to you. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you guys next week for the second week of February reads. Okay, bye-bye.